Jacqueline, anyone out there?
No, I don't see anybody's hand raised.
Thank you. First Selectwoman's report. We have to correct that on the agenda. It shouldn't say select man. It should say select woman.
A common problem.
It is. Sadly, it is a statement on the culture.
I will just make real quickly. The Board of Selectmen discussed the need to update our senior tax relief programs, and some of that involves the Board of Selectmen because it's required under our charge for the abatement program. And then the Board of Finance has to do the same thing for the senior tax freeze. And so we thought of doing a working group with the Board of Finance just to tackle all of them together. And then we can come up with the right kind of recommendations and policy changes, going through the appropriate channels, Board of Finance versus Board of Selectmen. So that was kind of where our board came out. Austin and his team did a great presentation about, just the issues and things to consider. I know you had already appointed 2 people to work on that. And so our thought was putting a working group together with the Board of Selectmen also and the staff to come up with recommendations for all the programs.
That sounds good.
Okay. And then the only other thing I just want to mention is that the town received a STEEP grant award this week from the state for $500,000 for the Madison Center project, which is fantastic. We also applied for another grant from the state, which we're hoping for that same project that could be up to $1 million. And we'll learn about that, I think, in October is when they're going to come out with those things. So we'll update you more on any need for funding for that project, but that was good news. So
that is good news. Thank you. Anybody have any questions for Peggy? Okay, you're off the hook for now, Peg. Citizens' comments again. Why do I have 2 citizen comments?
I don't know, Madam Chair. What are you doing?
Listen to me, John. If you're not going to be in charge, then you're going to have to be quiet. You want to go, or you want me to keep going?
No, it's all you.
Okay. All right, I'm going to citizen comments again. It's on the agenda. Exactly. Anybody?
Nobody. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, new business. Discuss and take action to approve the special appropriation requested from the Madison Public Schools in the amount of $138,336.24 to fund additional school security personnel. So we have talked about this in the past. The school district has returned money in the amount of, Stace, how much did they return?
We're looking at 156,000 right now, pre-audit.
Okay. So they're just asking for the 138,336.24 to fund additional school security. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
Madam,
Yes.
I think we have to add the pending BOS approval on the motion. I'm not positive.
It doesn't say that.
They already approved it, the Board of Selectmen.
Okay.
We actually it's pending board or town meeting approval.
Oh, okay.
Town meeting,
Not
sorry,
added,
something like
yeah.
that.
And then the
Okay.
Board of Selectmen is going to set the meeting date Monday night because we kind of forgot to put that on our motion. So it should say pending town meeting approval.
Okay.
Does that need to be on the part of the motion, Madam Chair?
We can add it to the motion. I mean, we have to go through the motions to say amend the motion. So I need a motion to amend the motion to say that it's pending town approval.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor?
Sorry, I have a question.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So, a question and a comment. First of all, I'm thrilled about this. I think it's important. I love that these are officers that are well known to the district. And I think, we live in an era where you can never be too safe. So thank you for that. My question is more on the finance side of it. So this is not money coming out of a fund from the town. This is money that the district was returning to the town and we're using that.
So it goes, what they return goes into the undesignated fund balance anyway, so it's
Okay.
gonna come out. But just for the public's sake to know that there is money that came back and it's less than what they're asking to support the program that is already in play and is working well, so. All
Yeah,
in
no-
favor?
Can I,
Yep, go ahead.
one thing, can we add that the money will be coming from the undesignated fund balance? Because there are
Yes.
two options.
Okay,
Yep.
so the money will be coming from the undesignated fund balance. All in favor? Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, next.
Thank you.
A motion to approve. Just discuss and take action to approve proposed amendments to the fireman's pension plan. Stacy?
Yeah, so Jacqueline, if you can move Yelena over, just in case there are additional questions. We've talked about this a few times, about amending the fireman's pension plan. What we're doing is enhancing the benefit a little bit and phasing it in over 10 years. There will be an impact to the budget. And we can talk about that during the budget process as far as maybe setting some funds aside and smoothing out the impact to the budget. But at this point, we just kind of want to endorse the pension plan and send it to town meeting for approval.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah, in the form of motion. I hate to do this without Fillmore. I hate to,
I
and I'm
know,
being fined
it's,
heavily right now, Justin. I hope you're taking
What's that?
notes. I said, I'm being fined heavily. I hope you're taking notes.
don't you worry, you are getting, it's also recorded, so I can go back to the videotape when necessary. Okay, so need a motion
So
to
move.
approve the proposed amendments to the fireman's pension plan.
So move.
Second? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Discuss and take action to approve a special appropriation request in the amount up to $65,000 for the Eversource Electric Vehicle Charging Station Grant Rebate Program. I need a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Peggy, do you want to give us your elevator pitch? Because this is something we've talked about before.
Yes, basically, this is a special grant through Eversource, and we're still kind of working out the details. This is scaled back than what was presented to the Board of Selectmen, but the budgeted amount the town would be contributing is the same, up to $65,000. By getting these vehicle chargers in, it allows us to actually start targeting buying electric vehicles in our vehicle replacement plan. So we want to get this moving quickly. And the updated memo you got reflects the 4 locations now we're targeting right now. We'll go after the others when with this other Volkswagen grant. That's the
Okay.
elevator pitch.
Without the music. Any other questions for Peggy on that? Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I guess I'm, okay, so I listened to Peggy July 25th. I think that was the major meeting. So what are the locations, just to make sure we got the printout, but what are the current locations?
So the current locations that we've kind of had to winnow it down. What happened was the estimates, we have to rebid it if we do all the locations because they're requiring prevailing wage, okay? And so that's going to blow the costs up. So we said, let's focus on getting what we absolutely need. And the locations we're looking at is the police department and behind town hall. So we can start buying vehicles for our fleet. And then we're going to look at, and that town match would still be within the threshold that the Board of Selectmen approved. And then there's a whole longer list that there was a lot of discussion about. I know about, is this beneficial to, who does this benefit and stuff? That will probably target at another grant, and we'll have another opportunity to vote on that at another time.
Yeah, I'll admit, I had some reservations, which I think some people on the Board of Selectmen were struggling with as well. And I'll just say it for the record, everyone who has a car has a charging station at home. They get tons of miles, 300 miles to a charge. So I'm kind of questioning the public use of it in terms of like downtown. So anyway, but I guess, the printout, the PowerPoint that was sent around this morning or yesterday says Verdict as the as is that the right one, or was it Voltrek?
Well, Voltrek was for the whole package. Vertrac is actually for the smaller package, but we will have to vote on the actual contract award. This is just giving us the balance, $65,000 to actually finalize this. The numbers that we bid in May are already higher because of
Right.
what's going
So
on
is
right
it still the same Eversource deal, meaning they'll pay for half of the unit?
Yes.
and
The grant piece is exactly the same. It's just what we're going to put in, and the contractor may end up being different because of the pricing issues that we're encountering. So it's like a chicken and an egg. So I just need a budget amount to at least go out and finalize all this.
And I guess just, these locations, obviously there's a lot of power coming to the police station and probably town hall, but I guess just to be clear, the 20,000 to install, if it goes above that, then the town has to start paying, right? I think Eversource would pay the first 20,000 of installation.
Whatever's in there. Yeah. I don't remember the details. These are estimates on locations. The issue with town hall is that we want to put this in the back parking lot for our fleet vehicles. So that ended up being, they think is going to be a little bit more expensive than originally had been talked about at the front. So we're working out the details. You're just approving how much money we as the town can spend. And so we can't go
Right.
beyond that budget.
Okay.
It's going to shift. And I wish I had more details, but this is like changes every week, basically. When I keep getting these numbers in,
Yeah.
because that's the way the market is right now.
And,
So,
and I have to say, knowing how our federal government feels, and certainly even our state, about environmental and EV, it felt a little bit like we were chasing a grant, and I feel pretty confident that there's going to be more grants down the road, especially in
Absolutely.
Connecticut, given our focus on sustainability and all that. So it's not like this is the last chance.
no, but at least now we have one vehicle we've targeted already that we want to buy that's electric, but I can't do that unless we have somewhere
Right.
to charge it. So at least this gets us a base station of municipal charging. It's only 4 basically. So that way we'll have something, and then we can start going after grants to pay for the vehicles or put them in our fleet replacement plan. So-
And my last question then, sorry, but if, I guess just to be ahead of it, if we do go with Verdeck, I don't know if there's a conflict that 2 of their principals are on on our committee of environmental and energy and efficiency. So I don't know if.
And
sure that'll
that's
be-
why we're not awarding the contract to Verdeck. That's how we came up with our projected appropriation amount based on the bids we received. So the motion does not say we're awarding a contract to Verdeck.
Okay.
And we will still have to go through the normal process for that. So, but we couldn't come forward with an estimate, and this is a reimbursement program, without having costs estimates, and that's the problem. So, I know.
Is that it, Justin? Oh,
Thank you. Yeah.
okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Discuss and take action to approve the recommendation from the ad hoc ARP funding committee to fund 8 ARP funding in the amount of $34,940 and to fund round 9 ARP funding in the amount of $15,000. I need it moved.
So moved.
So moved.
Second,
Okay.
discussion. Any questions? This is all stuff that was in our packet. All in favor? Aye, opposed, abstention, motion carries. Discuss and take action to accept an absentee ballot support grant in the amount of $9,112.04 for the 2022 general election November, the office of the Secretary of State. I need a
So moved.
motion.
So moved.
Second, Justin? I always
Don't
love
be
when we're
shy, Justin.
accepting money. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Discuss and take action to approve $3,500 dollar payment to the SLR International Corporation for Madison streetscape estimate from the planning reserve account. Did I get that right? I need a second.
Second.
Any questions, discussion?
So what are they? Are they the designer of it, I guess? That's why, is that,
John's on. Go ahead, John.
Oh, this is to pay for the cost estimate for the downtown streetscape extension that we needed to incorporate into the steep grant application, which, as you know now, we received the grant award.
okay, so these are just the guys who help. They're not designing it, they're just helping with the
No,
application and the budget.
exactly. All they did was they reviewed all the construction documents and provided an updated cost estimate for the work.
Katie
and-
Stein said
which
Jean
was
loves
a
driving.
requirement of the grant application.
Okay, thanks, Sean.
You're welcome.
Just thought it was funny, they're from Washington. We had to go that far to find a consultant. But
And this will come out of the contingency, Stacy?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Any discussion? Katie, any more comments off your watch? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Review of financials. Stacy, the orders are coming next month.
Yep, they come the week of Columbus Day. Yep.
Excellent. Any questions for Stacy on the financials? Fillmore's not here. Anybody want to channel him? Citizen comments.
No hands are raised.
Terrific. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor? We're out.
Nay.
Good night,
Thanks, everybody.
everyone.
Thanks.